Hi everyone. I just want to do a short demonstration because one of my nail sister asked me to show you guys how we do the deer with this kind of artistic special antler, and I promised to her I do video because it's easy. And why I like the artistic way to do deers, because not easy to drawing quickly something really realistic things, and usually from the life, from any kind of book or like gift packaging material, or everywhere when you see some artistic shape, you have to take the picture and just copy that, because this way it's like a deer with antler. It's so special and so easy to do. So I create the base, and this time I'm using the pure 032, which is shade of the white. As you see, it looks like bluish, but when you apply it will be not blue. That just give an extra effect, like looks like more deeper the nail. But because it's a gel polish design, I no chance to make like encapsulating and give deepness. So that gel, if I want the white is pop up any decoration, I just use that as a background, so that is give more effect. Maybe in the camera it doesn't show well, but I just tell you how that I'm using underneath, even if will be white anyway. So here is what I did already, and I started painting the deer body. I'm using the Colorate 018, which is a gel polish, the white gel polish. It's super rich, but same time cure beautifully. I don't have to be worried. And I will using for the super tiny details, like the antler one, I will using the Picasso white with the metal stick, and I applying far away from the gel polish. This way I don't mess up because sometimes we just don't remember when we apply the gel. So quickly I wipe the tool, and that is the fresh layer. I will need the matte, which is the finish layer of the customer nail. So I quickly apply the Colorate matte top coat, which is non-wipe formula. Actually all JOHENS top gels is non-wipe. Actually we don't have wipe at all. So I do recommend to use the non-wipe one, because this way you can guarantee the glitter and the gel will cure on, and you don't have to wipe it the inhibition layer. So let's start painting. To do the body, it's a small surface, okay honey, that is a nail. Even if you see the big images of the stamping plate or sticker or something, every time you have to remember the nail is small surface and three-dimensional. Okay, this is why I like the artistic way of painting kind of realistic things like a deer for Christmas. And I start with the body. I think I will do a little bit more the side than I did before. So I just applying one dot kinda. I really do basic tutorial to make sure you understand how you create, because if next time customer want a rabbit or any kind of animal, that will be easy to do. So every time I start with the dot or something like not finished shape, and after I start curving or make bigger than I want. Okay, so that is the shoulder part, that is the butt part. Okay, I have to do the line a little bit. I'm curving, so flat but not really flat, like just this. Okay, that will be the body, and I feel it, pull it to connected. Okay, and then for sure I will need two legs because the four is not visible together, because one legs have behind and just more easy to painting. Okay, if you want four legs, honey, do it, but again I try to do the quick deer demonstration. So something like that till the knees, and I pull it, something like that. Okay, that is the halfway. Okay, so this point is not perfect yet. I will need the head for sure, and this deer is turned back the neck because she watching something in the forest. So I add the head as a dot and I pulling like this. Okay, I just curved. I don't make realistic size till I don't finish, because if you already do too big head, so difficult to modify the body to bigger, or you do too big butt, you have to do the big head, right? So by this reason, step by step, I just add a new quantity. So the leg either part, which is like that, and the leg other part will be like that. Is a little bit curving, but don't curving too much. Okay, and this point I create the chest part, which is deeper a little bit, and because she is a skinny, she do the good diet, a little bit fat the belly part. Okay, so this is how approximately the body have to be. The butt part have to be bigger than the chest part. So right now you see the chest is bigger, so I add a nice curvy butt, what every dear girl wish to be, born with beautiful butt. Okay, so she have right now a nice curvy butt, and of course she have a little tail just like here, a little bit, not point, a little bit longer. Okay, so right now I go to create the head. So the head have to be bigger. Right now it's just a kind of drop shape. Okay, then I add here like the mouth. It's a really teeny tiny, not really visible, don't stress out. Okay, one thing's from the head, a nice curve going the neck part, and the neck part will be continue to the chest. Okay, so I just connected, and this point I start pulling the neck because it's thicker where is the chest, and pull it to the head. So this is how the little body have to be looks like. You can just retouch, make sure it's smooth and nice, because I used the non-wipe super smooth matte. You can create a beautiful sharp body. It do not have to be zigzaggy, even if it's tiny, honey, have to be proper, even if it's super easy. Okay, and you can add maybe if you want just like to this. Okay, so that point it's the gel polish on the surface is wet, and before I add to the lamp I'm using the super fine crystal clear acrylic powder, because I want texturing, I want how it looks like matte, and that give a special dimensional effect. So I'm using the cuticle pusher, the smaller part, which is this time I'm using as a little spoon, because I don't want to waste the product, right? I don't want to pour the whole acrylic jar on the surface. So when it's covered beautifully, I let it for a couple seconds because the gel surface will absorb the acrylic powder. Take it off and go into the lamp. And you know what? I do the other deer face. I will starting like here. I just do like a rice shape. All right, I will need a head, which is again I do every time smaller, because when I will adjust like the finish, I will contouring again to make sure is balanced and the shape looks like a deer. Okay, and I do connecting like this. Okay, again that is smaller than the finished image will be, with purpose, because if you do this way you have a chance to adjust. If you already drawing the big one and is not balanced, or one side is more longer than other, you have no way to retouch, or you have to wipe it off and restart again, and we don't want that. All right, and that I do like a little bit rhomboid curve like this. Like this. I think I take out some of the gel polish. And have a little bubble because I played too much with. I do bigger. And right now I need the little ears, right? So the ears come like from here. I pull it. From here I pull it. And then I pull it out to pointed. I pull it out to be pointed. And I do curving because this kind of size you need a bigger ear. You see, I never painting only one side, and I never painting the full finished size, because if I just apply the wet layer and I see, oh, you know what, too small the ear, I have a chance to do bigger, or that is go more up or more down, I have to adjust, I have a chance to retouch without wiping off the whole. Okay, a little bit like this, it's kind of squarey, not too round. I create the edgy round, and I will pull it, kind of start parallel, and this way, and I pull it, and this way. If it's not same, I have a chance to add more. And from not the round part, from the straight part, I start to do not make perfect curvy. I do kind of like a zigzaggy motion. Okay, and I pull it like this direction, do a little bit zigzaggy, okay? I add wider. And I do a little bit wider here too. And they are coming in. The key is don't do too similar or straight lines. I do after widening to looks like they live together. And make more motion. It's invisible because on this side, but I painting anyway. Like this. Make sure it's connected right now. And curving into. Look, this is how they will live together, because it's not a tree, it's an antler of the deer. You can add more motion or zigzag into, but do not make crazy, because it's like just imitation. Okie dokie. I make adjust the ear because one is more down than the other one. Do you remember? This is why good if you don't do the proper side, because you have a chance to make balance. I make smoothing out because she doesn't have a real shoulder like a human. Okay, and I do a little bit like this to make like filled up the nail. So my little deer body, the artistic one, is out already. I take off the dust, and right now I will drawing the antler to her, but I don't want to do like a classical. I want to do like artistic, like little lace, right? So I'm using the Picasso white, and I'm using, of course, all the time the fine lace detailer, because it's super thin and neither sharp the end. For example, the deer usually doesn't have a curvy antler, but my deer have curvy too. Just like this. Okay. This way too. I do thicker. I do this way too. It's just I want to feel that this part like the antler, and because it's not a flower or not a scroll work, I wanna looks like busy enough to imitate it or symbolically show its antler. Go into the previous curve. And right now I just fill it up with details. Try to do as busy as you can, the design to fill up like a lace actually. I focused just right now, filled up that part, and after I will add additional to make it balanced. It's cute, tiny lines, curves. Actually, you cannot do a full design or image because there's no space. I just filled up every space when I see is like not covered with gel painting. And right now I'm coming this way to outside. Maybe, yes, I will do like this way too. And I add additional if I want to fill more. I want to fill till almost the half. Just pull it. Pull it. I try to make sure it's connected, the line. So the image is filled and connected somehow each other. That is what last minute I just check it on. Yeah, I think it's enough. You don't have to make crazy overthinking. Just like I do usually, you know what I mean. So right now I put into the lamp, and every time when I'm rubbing the new brilliant sugar dust, I have to cure only for 30 seconds. So she's back, and I will rub on the brilliant sugar. I just rub. It's just a teeny quantity I rubbing on. Because it's a pigmented sugar powder, some will be removable and some will attached on the surface. So I take it off. If you don't mind, I just go on the far away from the table because I don't want to mess up the table. What else I need to do, I have to use the glue gel pen and just touch the surface gentle because it's cured to shiny, and this keep the glitter and any kind of pigment on beautifully. And I have already the brush on, so I just easy peasy touch it the surface. I don't use too much quantity. Okay, if you see excess, just touch the bottom, the side of the bottle, and take off because you don't need. I just really just touch the surface. Gentle. Okie-dokie. I don't know what happened. And because it's pointed, you can touch with the pointed part of the brush the teeny tiny lines. Just like this. The ear. The other ear. And the center. I want to make sure on the bottom I coated well, and let's cure it. And she's back, she's right already. I just show because this way you see much better, because the camera doesn't show this because it's super reflection. The brilliant sugar is really reflective. Just this quantity. I touch the surface, just like that, close the jar, and rub it on. I just take underneath because I don't want to mess up my table, and I just rub it on. Okay, I take it off, and voila. I want to take out everything what is shining, because that doesn't help to the camera. So this is how it looks like when it's reflecting. And of course you have to touch the surface with the glue gel pen. At that point for sure I take off the excess from the brush, and I just, because it's a little bit raised up, you just gentle move around the design. If it's going between a little bit, that's okay too, because it's super tiny detail, honey. It's super duper tiny. But don't go to the matte surface, because we want a matte nail as base to the customer. So here is the two deers. I hope you love it and you got some inspiration. Don't forget it, the nail art doesn't have to be always perfect, but have to be proper. And that is two things what I really love, and easy peasy. I tell you, mostly I just see inspiration. For example, that background. You see? I just did copy. So you can do drawing anything, everything, and the plus, you see, it doesn't really raise up, but same time looks like so three-dimensional. And even if the customer wear just only gel polish, you can do this kind of design for her too. So I hope you enjoyed that, and see you in the next video. Ciao!